Hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to talk with Giannis and Matisse of Rocknight Studios about their experience in game jams. So hopefully you guys find this interesting. I sure did. But before we get going, remember to like and subscribe and enjoy the video. Alright, well, first off, thanks for coming back and talking to me. I know I'm crazy and annoying to talk to, but thanks for coming back.
You're not crazy, you're awesome.
Thank you. So you guys recently, well, maybe not so much recently anymore. It was like, what, a month and a half ago you guys participated in that game jam?
A bit more, I guess.
I think it was in the end of April.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Ludendar.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about Ludendar. Yeah. I actually thought about a game jam where we started to make Frey.
Yeah, that's man. Time is flying faster than I thought it was. That was a long time ago. But anyways, I guess was that the first game jam you guys started in or participated in, or have you participated in others?
No, I think last year in January was our first game jam, global game jam.
Yeah.
And now, what made you guys want to start getting into those and doing them every now and again?
So, well, that's a very good question. I guess for every game jam, we set a goal for ourselves so that we have motivation why we do that. And for that first game jam, I think we just wanted to spend time with the Latvian game developers, see how it is to spend time with them, see what games they make, and see what we can do in such limited time.
Yeah, and it was actually a very interesting experience because I discovered that during the game jams I'm working like a crazy maniac.
Yeah.
I don't need a sleep, I just...
Yeah, game jams are when Giannis turns into a warrior. Like, he has this warrior mindset, and actually, that's very interesting. I don't know, maybe that will be a question in the future, like later, that maybe you have prepared already. But for every game jam, Giannis has been so calm, yet so, let's say, energetic, I guess. Calm in the sense that he's not worried about finishing everything, but he works like a lot. So that's very interesting to see.
He's dedicated to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you already kind of touched, but actually you actually answered this already. So you guys basically started doing these game jams just to network with other developers, is that correct?
That was motivation for the first one. For the second game jam, it was another global game jam, and it was in the beginning of this year, January. There we wanted to work together with one specific person.
Well, it was not like a specific person, that person, but we wanted to work with some other people and actually
in a team.
Yeah, in a team, and actually make the game idea that they are proposing, not our game idea.
Don't take our idea, just work on someone else's idea.
Yep.
Okay, and how would you say that went this time?
Well,
I'm sorry.
It was pretty cool.
For us, I think it was great. Like, we did very well, but we learned that maybe for other people, they didn't have the same motivation as we had. So, and they weren't ready to work as hard.
Okay, that makes sense. That's typical group dynamics and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
And also, I think the reason is that some people were drinking some alcoholic beverages, and the main person from our team, he went to get a little bit of sleep, and he went to the room where it was a lot of people were breathing, and like it was so like nasty in that room.
That room smelled terrible. I don't know how anyone survived that room.
So I think he, when he woke up, he was in a worse state than when he went to sleep.
Yeah, like no oxygen, no fresh air.
Oh man, that sounds terrible.
No. And I guess people go there to have fun. We went there to test our...
Well, we went there to have fun, but in other way.
Yeah, other way. for us, fun is to test, but challenge ourselves to build something cool.
Yeah.
And would you say in that regard it was a success?
For us, I think yes.
Yeah, it was. Actually, we did pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah, we had one really cool guy in our team that was not from Rocknight Studios, 3D designer. He was also very dedicated, and
Yeah.
he kind of bought in to the attitude that we have to make the best game we can there.
And he was actually making some very, very nice looking stuff. The environments that he made for the game, they were like top notch. But because he's a professional 3D artist, so
We were 5 people.
I guess he had this attitude because he was a professional. He was just good at it.
We were 5 people. Me, Janis, Little Thunder, the artist, and those 2 guys. One guy with the idea, who went to sleep in the worst place possible, and then this guy who was very professional.
Okay.
And Little Thunder had this problem that we didn't have a computer for him, and so we had to use. We tested out a computer that person wanted to sell to us, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, the equipment wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Jeez, you guys sound like you had a ton of problems getting started.
Yep.
But I think that's what game jams are for. And you can test new things that you wouldn't usually do.
And like that's a funny story that for the whole of my, let's say, career until I have used computers, I'm usually not have had the best computer, so it has actually sparked my creativity. So I think it may be a very beneficial thing on a long term.
Well, that's good. Challenges like that are nice to come up, so that way you know they exist. But hopefully you never have to face those again.
Yep.
I do want to change gears a little bit. So when you guys are starting your very first game jam, I don't know how you signed up, but you started your first one. What were your first thoughts going into it?
Well, I guess it all started with the topic, I guess, and like when we went in there. Like the first thing was we found out the topic, and then the creativity started. Like all these ideas started coming, and
because I think that one of the things that we wanted to do for the first game jam was that many people go to a game jam to make the game that they are already been working on, or they have a specific idea they want to make. We went to a game jam to hear the theme and actually create the idea on the spot after hearing the theme, and then we started to work on the game. So
yeah, we went there. We were open-minded and open to whatever would happen there.
Okay. And now, when some people do things that they've never done before, they don't really have a lot of knowledge, they end up feeling a little underqualified, inferior, or negative emotions like that. Did you guys have to deal with any of that?
I think it's because of the mindset that we had, that we're ready to experiment, we're ready to fail, we want to test something new, like do some stuff that we hadn't done before, that open us for like, to avoid, I guess, these things.
well, we were ready to fail, but we really didn't want to fail.
Yeah.
So we worked very hard.
Yeah.
So, did you guys end up failing at some point, in your eyes?
Well, in my eyes, what I can tell personally, no, because it's very difficult for me to fail because I value experience super highly, and so I do not believe that we are going to actually fail our current game that we are actually working on also, because it's going to open so many opportunities for us. And that's also with the game jams. We had so many benefits. Yeah, we may have done better, but in each of the game jams we actually finished the game. And yeah, it may have not been the very best version of the game, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at it as failing. Maybe it's like some parts. For example, we almost didn't submit, or like this game jam, in the end we didn't submit the game, the second global game jam, but it was for like all kinds of reasons. But of course, we had the game finished, but it was not on the website, right?
Well, I guess I didn't even think about it because I thought that it's a responsibility of team members who are actually making the game. I was basically helping to make the game, so that was my idea, and I made everything that was intended for me to make. Basically, the consoles with the puzzle games inside that you can walk around the spaceship and solve the puzzle.
I guess it depends on the angle that you take. So.
Yeah, I just was asking because sometimes people will go in with the goal of winning, but some people will go in like you guys with the goal of gaining experience or creating something new. And sometimes by those goals, some people end up falling short. But it sounds like you guys went in with the right mindset that win or lose, we're gaining valuable experience.
Yes, because I think of a simple reason. We had this many years of game development experience before that, and we just understood what kind of effort it takes to make something really good. And then we understood that it's impossible to make something like impressive in 2 days. Well, I have seen quite impressive work in 2 days that we knew that we are not going to make something super impressive because of our lack of experience in game jams, and thanks to the experience that we have when building the games. So I think we had quite.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Is that when you don't have the experience and understanding of how much goes into making a product, then you might have this feeling that after 2 days you have worked like really hard. Yeah, you have expectations. You have something cool, but of course there are always some challenges and some things that how to say under. Like those underwater rocks. Underwater stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem that you have not expected.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess the answer already answered the question.
That's pretty cool, and that takes a while for people to get to that mindset a lot of the time. So it's cool to hear you guys are there and have that idea of everything.
And that's why game jams are great for people who have less experience. They have this chance to experience how it is to.
Maybe one time we are going to go to game jam to just have fun. Maybe also just to have a party. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, so it's a great place where you can fail because, like, I guess you lose. You don't lose 2 days. You gain experience.
Yeah, because sometimes maybe you can just. That's just my idea for the future. Sorry that if I'm starting it, but I just got an idea that we may go to some game jam where we're just going as a consultant for other game developers. We are not working on a specific project, but we are basically like giving you tips and helping out with some tasks to many teams. You can go with very different reasons for each game jam. So I think that's a huge freedom. When you are making your game, you're set on the goal and you have to work on it. Well, in a game jam, you have so much opportunity to learn new things.
Yeah, and I think that would be great advice for anyone who wants to participate in a game jam, to set some goals for yourself. Why do you do that? And then, like...
Yeah, so that's one way maybe how we didn't fail. Because we knew what we want to do and we made an expectations that are realistic. And so we didn't make the best game maybe, but we completed that we wanted to do. So I think that's why we don't feel as it was a failure.
Very cool. All right, I have 2 questions for you guys to finish this up real quick. What was your favorite part about the game jam, or any of the game jams you've been in? And what was your least favorite part of the whole experience?
Well, I think my favorite experience was in the local game jam. It was longer. We had more time to work on the game, and also we streamed the development of the game, and we had people from the community participate with ideas and suggestions and interacting with us, and so it was a really cool experience. I think that started our community.
Well, then it's difficult for me to say anything negative. I actually enjoyed the game jams. Well, it was exhausting because it's like you are working for a couple of days, or for a shorter game jam, or in a longer game jam you are working hardcore sometimes for more time. But basically, it's exhausting. But otherwise, it has been a super fun experience.
Yeah, I guess if you don't have to pick a least favorite part, what's something you would change going into the next one? Or if you had control over the game jam, what would you change?
That's a good question. Just give us a little bit of time to think.
Yeah, take your time.
Oh, I know one thing. My least favorite thing was that, at least, actually maybe Ludumdar is different, but for the global game jams and for the Latin local game jam, it might be the thing about Latin game jam, is that after the game jam, no one besides us really played those games. Like, you didn't have this feedback loop. Like, didn't feel like there's like people appreciated that you made these games.
Yeah.
And they were happy that.
Yeah, I think that would be one thing that could be improved, that you would make some kind of a session or something like that people would play each other's games and discuss things and do things like that. And that probably is happening in other game jams, but it hasn't been there in the game jams that we have participated. Well, we did it. We actually streamed the games and interacted with people.
But I guess like, if
just make a party where people are playing the games and discussing them, and make something like that.
Yeah,
like celebration of
like, for example, in those game jams, you just had presentations, and okay, in that local game jam there was like some jury that played the game and then gave awards. But it'd be really cool to have other participants, like that. Yeah, kind of like this session after that, after the game jam is done, that you would discuss the games and see what could be improved, maybe see which are really good ideas and stuff like that.
Something like that.
Sounds like even having a judge's score of the games and then a community score of the games would work for that.
Didn't we have something like that?
Did you? That would be interesting.
I don't even know.
The local game jam.
Oh, that's where we start to build the fray. Yeah, there was actually a vote from jury and from people who participated, I guess, in game jam, right?
Yeah, I guess it was better, but probably it was more for global game jams, that you kind of finish the games and then you kind of forgot about it. In Ludumdar, this is really well done. That a lot of people play your games, and people want you to play other games and stuff.
It may be one of the reasons why Ludumdar is most probably the most successful of the games.
Yeah, because they encourage you to play other games.
Yeah,
that's why probably. I think that's really a big reason why people love this game. I agree with Jan.
Very interesting. Okay, is there anything you guys want to add before we end?
I think doesn't matter how experienced you are, you can always find something useful about game jams if you set the right goals and think. Doesn't matter how many years you've been developing games, you can always find it fun. And
I would say that don't worry about the success of the game that you're going to make in 2 days. Just go have fun and work hard
and learn from it.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys. Thanks for sharing your wisdom with this experience.
Yep.
I hope this works out well.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited that like we cooperate again for some video.
Yeah. Was nice hearing you, Jake.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you guys again. I do have a few other ideas that I'm gonna bounce off Matisse, and hopefully we'll be able to talk again real soon then.
Yeah, cool. Yep. So what's the day of the time? What's the time of the day for you now, Jake?
It is 3:15.
Oh, okay. So have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you guys want to see more about Giannis and Matisse, feel free to go check out their Twitch channel. Link is in the description. as well as check out the game they've made, Rough Rush, and I'm sure they'd love to have you as part of their community. So please go say hi to them, introduce yourself, they'd love to talk to you.